Buongiorno. It's going to be a bit of a more ranty one because I actually started to record and finished recording a whole video about a rune. Hit upload, only to then find out that I had already uploaded that rune. And then I got a bit frustrated with myself, and I didn't want to try the next one because I was too frustrated and I don't want to put that energy in those videos. So I thought to make this one a bit more ranty, but it's okay with these videos because it's not something I wish to share in a positive way. Well, I do. I mean no malice with these uploads, but especially when it comes to the rune uploads, the Futhark uploads, I wish to impart a bit more of a positive energy in those. Oh, I was pretty frustrated with myself there. I have mom brain. It's a real thing. It really is. That never happened before. Something like that. In any case, I've been taking readings again, rune readings for people, and I get this question often, and I got it again recently. And it's something I also see on Fiona's social media or her Facebook or her YouTube. Like, how do I know which ancestral system magic is for me? And well, Fiona is a big proponent of sticking to the traditions of your ancestors because, in my opinion, she's completely right in that. It just will work best for you. It is in your blood. It is in your DNA. It is in your genetic line. You have genetic memory of these things. That is why it functions better for you. It feels like less of a struggle when you stick to those. Now, of course, there's no prohibition that says that you cannot get involved in anything but the magic systems or the spirituality expressions of your ancestors. Of course you can. I mean, you are free to do whatever the hell you want. But, and this is something that I have noticed myself often, that when people get involved in magic systems to which they have no such link or no such genetic memory of, this very often doesn't work out too well for them. That is not because it's a matter of incompatibility almost, like the wrong software for the wrong hardware. It is not because there is some sort of divine or karmic law that says that you cannot do this. It's not that. A big thing is that a lot of magic systems are initiatory. This used to be the case in ours as well, in Celtic, Druidic, and Nordic traditions, the shamanic traditions, or just the magical practices of a people used to be initiatory. Now, of course, this is completely gone in most of Europe. We will not count Freemasons and everything because that's a whole other topic of discussion, in my opinion. But yeah, we used to sift out the people who are psychologically capable of handling occultism and who are not, because there are people who just cannot handle occultism at all. NPCs, for instance. But it doesn't stop there. Also people that are not mentally well, who are very prone to be very emotional, those people are just, it's not good for them to be involved in occultism at all, because they have very little self-control, and having very little self-control is a sign that you don't know yourself very well. Now, of course, we can all lose our shit every now and again, but if that happens on the regular, you have a problem. This is a problem for you. This will create problems in your personal life, and you're also going to create problems for other people if that is your modus operandi regularly. If not, if that is your baseline, you have a big problem. You should never ever get involved with occultism. That is something that you need to work on. Now, I don't want to be judgmental in that way. I'm not going to say that, yeah, I've already said that you shouldn't. That's not because I feel that I am some sort of authority on the matter. It is just that I have personally seen this happen. People completely destroy themselves. This happens a lot with these edgy teenagers that get into Goetia and then end up on the bulk forum or get involved with those people. A lot of these people in that community are completely fucked up. And I don't mean that to be edgy or because I want to pick a fight. No, not at all. It's just I see this and I have questions. Because I can't imagine that these people's lives is actually getting better through the use of magic. I don't. Recent scandal with that whole community that I don't want to get into because it's bad energy. But yeah, these people, I see them self-destruct more than actually making their lives better through magic. Also because a lot of them, or a significant portion of them, have absolutely no connection to Judaism or to Semites. Not even necessarily Judaism, but Semitism, which includes Muslims or that branch of Middle Easterners, let's call it. It's both Jews and Muslims. To keep it very general, I don't want to get into it, but they're both Semitic. And another thing is that I follow some voodoo practitioners on YouTube, but I would never get involved with it. Also because I feel that instinctively, like, nah, that's not for me. It's nothing to do with skin color, because I have that same feeling of, nah, that's not for me, when it comes to Goetia or even Kabbalah. Now I have an academic interest in those things. That's different. I will read about it and I will learn about it, but to actually involve myself in the practices, that's just not something I'm going to do, because I feel that inner resistance towards it. And it's not like this grand warning of, oh my gosh, Tina, something really bad is going to happen if you ever do something even remotely linked to those practices. No, not at all. I just sense that it's not for me. It's not going to work as well as what I'm doing now with runes. That is because I have a genetic connection to that magic system. Nothing else. Nothing else. Now, of course, there are always people that think that they can overcome that. And maybe you can. I have seen people be extremely successful with Goetia. Even people that have no connection to Semitism or Semites whatsoever. They've never been to that part of the world. They have zero ancestry from that part of the world. They weren't even Jews or Muslim, not even converts. And they're just successful with it because they are highly disciplined people up here. These are people that have very good self-control. And yeah, I think you can overcome the blockade that having that no genetic link poses for you if you want to practice a foreign magical practice tradition. But I have seen more people not be successful in it in that sense. Also, voodoo is initiatory, that I think. I'm not even sure if it was voodoo or the religion that is initiatory, but I think it's the voodoo practice that is initiatory. The religion, I think, is called Ifa. You can follow that religion, let's say, as a Caucasian, with no links to those people. No genetic links to those people. Some have actually been initiated in those practices. maybe those gods, those spirits, those entities chose these people, and their shamans could see that. And I think that is a large part of it. But very often it is people like Wiccans or the most basic, basic middle-aged white women that say like, oh no, it is open for everybody. All magic is. Well, they're technically not wrong, but I mean, they tend to lie by omission more than outright lie, if they're even aware of it. Sometimes I don't know. I'm not going to guess after their motivations, but I think a lot of them are quite malicious, most of the time. We all know the type. The Karen, we know. Nothing can convince me that these people are not malicious. They're, yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. But so I have had people saying like, yeah, but I have mixed ancestry and they're all European. But I mean, like, let's say Nordic, Celtic, or more Mediterranean, like from the Hellenistic region, Italy, Greece. So which one do I pick? And I would say don't overthink it too much. Go with the one that feels the most natural, to which you feel the least inner resistance to. And if you start overthinking it, you start to question yourself too much. And I think that doesn't really help. Like, yes, I have Celtic ancestry and I have Norse ancestry. And for whatever reason, I don't know why per se, but when I looked at the Celtic pantheon, I had this feeling of, yeah, I feel that these gods are mine in a sense, but I feel a much stronger connection with that other pantheon, with the Norse pantheon. Now, there are Celtic gods that who it is easier for me to feel them, but then there are so many gods in the Celtic pantheon that are very local. There are local gods, and since I am not in those localities anymore, it feels a bit as if I have trouble taking them with me to this part of the world, because I am in a Hellenic region right now. Also, the Hellenic gods are gods that, yes, I can acknowledge them. I will never disrespect them. But I also feel like it is much harder for me to develop a relationship with. I feel that the Norse gods are much easier for me to take with me. And that is why I tend to stick with that magic system with runes or Galderstaves. Because it just feels easy. And because it feels easy, I am not constantly second guessing myself either. And if you do that too much, that will render all magic entirely useless and fruitless. If you start doing that, you need to take a step back and ask yourself why you are constantly second guessing yourself, because whatever your magic practice is going to be is always going to be undermined and influenced by that self-doubt. And that's something that I think you should avoid at all costs. So that is that. A bit of a ranty video, I guess. Maybe not. Just a few thoughts I had on it. Also because I've been reading that question on social media, and also because it's been asked to me. And it's not because I want to call anyone out, or no, it's just that's what this YouTube video is for, so I can share my opinions on these matters, and you either want to listen to it or, well, you don't. And if you don't want to listen, then that's fine, right? Do what you want. Do what thou willst. But in any case, for those that did listen, thank you for listening. And I hope you have a great